Welcome to the 250k special Q&A. We've recently hit this very beautiful milestone of having 250,000 subscribers to our YouTube channel. Yes, so here I am with my lovely husband Nikhil, and you have asked us some Qs and we are going to give you the A's. Let's begin.
So the question we get asked the most is, how did you guys meet?
Yes, so many questions on this, and so we thought we'll dive straight into our love story. So we met many years ago in 2011. I was still in college, which was in Chennai by the way, and I had to go to Mumbai for an internship. And I was interning at a company where Nikhil was already working. So I remember my first day of internship. I was a little nervous, very excited, all dressed up, for my first formal day at the office. So I go there and I meet this person that is going to show me around, and within like half a minute I think Nikhil appears there, and our eyes meet, and it was like, for me at least, it was like an instant connection. I'm like, wow, okay. And then he was like, do you want to go have breakfast? Because everyone was going for breakfast. And I didn't have breakfast that morning, but I was so nervous. So like an idiot, I was like, no, I don't want to eat. I already ate. And then he was like, okay. And then they all left. And I sat there for the next half an hour just kicking myself. I was like, why did you say no? You could have gone and had breakfast with him. He was just asking you for breakfast. But yeah, that is how we first met. And then after that, we spent, I think about a month or so together in Mumbai, which was a lot of fun because Nikhil took it actively upon himself to show me around the office, and he would always keep hovering around my desk. He was like, oh, do you need any help with this? Because I can do that. Do you want to know where to get the best this? I can take you and show you there. So
I was being nice.
Yeah, I'm sure you were being nice to everybody in the office.
And you were hitting on me.
I was the one hitting on you.
Totally was.
How disappointed and sad he looks.
No,
So
I was very happy.
yeah. So I hit on him for a month. And we had a good time. We went around Mumbai, got to know each other. And but then after that, I had to get back to college, and he had to go abroad to work for a year. So it was 1 year of long distance relationship, which also I think we really enjoyed. We spent a lot of time on the phone, a lot of getting to know each other. And finally, I got placed in that very same company where Nikhil was working. So I was super excited to come back after college and, be close to him. And that's exactly what we did. Robo Gigi asks, how did Nikhil propose? This is actually a funny story. Do you wanna?
So I made Anita plan the entire proposal without her knowing that she's planning the proposal. So I told her we're gonna have, let's do a nice party with all of our friends. Let's all of us go out on a nice yacht. I found this amazing company. You can hire a yacht for them for a few hours and have a party. Why don't we do it? And I was like, yes. I was like, but I'm really busy with work. Why don't you help me plan it out? And here's the number. You talk to them and arrange it. So Anita, being the nice person she is, she did all of it. So she had no clue she was planning her own.
I called the yacht company. I found out what were, all the packages available. I booked the yacht. I called each of our friends and invited them. I booked the food. I booked the champagne. We don't drink anymore now, but then we did. So I did all of that arrangement and later realized that I had basically organized my own proposal party without having any clue at all.
You did such a good job of having a good proposal.
Sure. If anybody wants to learn how to delegate tasks, please go to Nikhil Suri, okay?
Special course I take for you. Special price. And so yeah, we went on the yacht, and then when the yacht was in the middle of the sea, I bent down on my knee, and then Anita was all like, what is happening? And then I told everyone our story and how things have been and everything. And then, yeah, I opened the ring and I proposed. And she thankfully did not jump into the water. She said yes. And by the time all of this finished, I was just like, please just let me get up. My knees are aching. And I just remember I was so nervous inside, even though I knew what the answer was going to be, but it's just very, if you propose, you probably know, it's just very, very, it's like that. And I'd been planning it for so many days, and it was just like, after it's just over, I was just like, okay, I need that glass of champagne, just like that.
We do not promote alcohol on this channel.
Proposing, yes, we're all for that.
Yes. So we met first in 2011 and Nikhil proposed to me in 2015.
And then Anita proposed to me after 1 month, 2 months?
No, I think within a week or so. So I've always felt like this. I was like, why should girls have all the fun? Because it's so nice getting proposed to. Can you imagine this? Like the person that you're in love with arranges something for you, which I arrange it for myself anyway, but still, they arrange something for you and then they're asking you to marry them and spend the rest of your life with them. So I was like, the boy should also get to experience how nice this feels. So we had this like secret hidden spot in the building where we were living at that point of time. And Nikhil had told me in the very first few days when we met, he told me, it has been like my dream to get my girlfriend here and have a nice dinner with her here. In that
on the
spot.
Rooftop.
It was rooftop, like a 36-floor building.
Penthouse kind of a building.
Yeah. So I remembered that, of course. And then with the help of the people who managed the building, I set up a nice candlelight dinner for us over there in that spot.
It was so embarrassing. And she had one of the guys bring in the cake, or no, it was like the bouquet. And he was also just embarrassed giving a bouquet, one guy giving it to another guy. Like,
I don't know why he didn't give it to me. I was supposed to give it to you. Why did you take it from him? Anyway, moving on. So then I went down on one knee and then I proposed to Nikhil, and not surprisingly, he also said yes. And then fast forward to a year later, 2016, we get married, and bada boom, bada bing, here we are on this pink couch making this video.
so as some of you might know that Anita is an IITian, which by the way, so am I. So here are some questions about IIT. Please tell us about your life at IIT Madras. How did being an IITian help you post-college life?
Life in college was simply amazing, mainly because of all the awesome people that I met there, made lifelong friends over there. We had many opportunities to explore, our potential, both academically and extracurricularly, and I had a lot of fun basically in campus. How did IIT impact my life post-college? Well, I think the main reason I landed the job that I did where Nikhil was because I went to IIT Madras, and I absolutely loved working there. This was for an offshore oil and gas industry company. I enjoyed working there. I learned a lot. I got to add a lot of value as well, and it has added all of these aspects to my personality.
So Nitisha is asking, you are an IIT graduate, then why are you not working in the core field?
Okay. So basically after college, I got into a job that was kind of related to the degree that I had done. And I enjoyed doing that for a while. But then after 6 years, I felt like, there was this whole creative aspect of my personality, a creative side that I never got to explore because it was always, engineering. And before that, it was maths, physics, and chemistry. And before that, I was preparing for all of these entrance exams. And this desire just started becoming stronger and stronger inside of me, that there is something about me that I am missing out on. And that time it was also when YouTube, all of these people making videos from their bedrooms, from their homes was getting really popular, and I was really enjoying it, and I felt like, I can do that. I feel like I have something as well that will add value over here. And so that's when I decided to quit my job, and I started doing this.
Jelly Toes is asking, hello Anita ma'am, how did you get that courage to start a YouTube channel?
So a lot of people have said this to me. When Nikhil also quit his job and then I quit my job, they're like, oh my God, you guys are so brave. How did you make that decision? But I don't know if this is a good or bad thing. I just don't operate that way. Somehow I don't seem to experience fear in a lot of situations. I just feel like this is what I want to do, so I'm going to do it. Everything else will fall into place. That's just how the universe operates. And I don't mean to sound arrogant or anything like that. It's just that when I decide to do something, I just go 100% and do it. And I make everything else work. Like, okay, I'm doing this, so what has to be taken care in the background so that this works? And that's just...
So Anita has a lot of faith in herself, which she doesn't even realize she does. And for lesser mortals like me and you, we just look at people like this and like, wow.
It's okay.
It's just how she is. She can't help it.
I can't help it.
So Mrinal K is asking, what is your job other than content creator, or you are only content creator?
I am only content creator. A couple of people have also asked, what do you do for a living?
So I take knowledge about the mind, about meditation, about handling our own emotions and thoughts to companies, to corporates, to companies who want to take this information and this knowledge to their people. So I work with corporates and organize Art of Living corporate programs for them. So the next question is, what's your take on protein powders? Do you consume them? We basically have a couple of questions on what do you think about protein and protein powders.
Yes, I do consume plant-based protein powders. You know, the thing with protein brands these days is that there's a lot of insecurity marketing. Protein powders are being marketed as weight loss aids or muscle builders. They also contain all kinds of chemicals and digestive enzymes. So yeah, it can get a little confusing and frustrating trying to figure out what is the best protein brand that works for you. The brand that I've been using for a while, Cosmix, concentrates on nourishing your body rather than on external appearances. What I really like about Cosmix is that they have a lot of different options to choose from. My favorite...
Why don't I get, let's show them.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, so basically this is what I do every day after my workout, right? Is choose which flavor I'm gonna have today. They have real Indonesian cacao, real Kerala vanilla bean, and these flavorings are real. Like when I use the real Kerala vanilla bean, there was a real vanilla bean floating on top in my protein shake. But my favorite is the cocoa beet, which is why after trying everything, this is the one that I bought. Since you bought them, here you go. So this protein powder doesn't contain digestive enzymes. Instead, it has a digestive herbal blend, consisting of ginger, cumin, fennel, fenugreek. It also doesn't contain stevia or sugar, and instead they use monk fruit, which is a natural sweetener, which also doesn't shoot up your glycemic index. I'm also really happy that I get to collaborate with Cosmix because this is a product that I've already been using for a while and that I really like. You can use the code ANITA to get an additional 10% off on Cosmix products, and I'll leave the link in the description for you.
What is that something small that makes your day?
I was just going to say that. I think when I get up and I get that warm hug from Nikhil, or he tells me that he loves me, or just seeing a smile on his face, knowing that he is having a good day, just instantly puts me in a good mood. And if I see that he's not having a good day, it just brings my energy also down.
Oh.
Okay, moving on.
So the first thing I do is after I get up is I try to find wherever Anita is because she wakes up way before me, and I go to find her and then I give you a hug.
That's true.
So a couple of people have asked your birth date.
Okay. So I was born on the 10th of September 1989. So I'm 33 years old.
One thing that everyone must do in life.
Meditation.
So a few people are interested in knowing whether you are Telugu and what's your mother tongue?
I am from Andhra Pradesh, now Telangana. I'm from Hyderabad. Nenu Telugu ammayine andi.
Ela unnaru?
That is the one word of Telugu that Nikhil knows. Nen bagunnanu. Nuvu ela unnavu? Yeah, that is the extent of his Telugu knowledge. నేను తెలుగు అమ్మాయినే, మా అమ్మ నాన్న హైదరాబాద్లో ఉంటారు. పక్క నాటు రాయలసీమ నుంచి మేము. This next question is for you. Ruchita Bhimrao asks, how's Nikhil's life after marrying a Telugu ammai?
Mast. Telugus are lovely people. I love them. I've spent a lot of time, almost 3 years in Secunderabad at different stages of my life. And I love the food, I love the people, and I love all the good, amazing Telugu food Anita makes. So yeah. So a lot of you have asked questions which have centered around the theme of motivating yourself, beating laziness, procrastination. Like Megha Poddar asks, I watch all your videos and you always give a positive vibe every time. My question is, how to stay motivated and enthusiastic every day?
Like I say, motivation is very fickle. Do not depend on motivation because motivation is like a fleeting emotion. It comes and goes. It's not always there. Instead, depend on routines. Build a routine and stick to it. Because if you feel like, oh, I will go to the gym only when I get motivated, you're hardly ever going to go to the gym. But if you're like every day at 7 p.m, I'm going to bloody go to that gym and do my workout, then you're going to turn up over there. Karushi says, how to keep things consistent. So if something is important enough and I want to be consistent at it, I make the time for it by moving things around. And that way there is a time defined for it. I always define a place for it. I'm going to meditate at this time at this place, and then I get to it. So a time and a place for something you want to do always helps.
For me, what helps is to understand why is this thing important for me. And I found that whenever I'm doing something that is really important to me, I make the time for it and I make it happen. But whenever I'm just doing it because it's a nice thing, I should be doing it, it doesn't happen. So Snehita is asking, what keeps you going and how are you always so chill?
What keeps me going is, it's different things for different aspects of my life, right? For example, if I look at work and making videos, what keeps me going is seeing your positive comments, seeing that something changed in someone's life. someone's day just became better. So it's basically the reason of why you're doing something and reminding yourself of that reason, and that reason keeps me going. And how am I always so chill is basically it's acceptance. It's just accepting yourself as you are and accepting other people and situations as they are. Just like you want to be who you are, other people want to be who they are. And usually when we come into acceptance clashes, you're like, this is not supposed to happen with me. He said that and I don't like it. That's when usually you lose your chillness and coolness. But if you feel like, okay, that's his opinion and that's fine, I accept it, you can just move on. So we have new drinks in our hands because Nikhil is a big lover of bubble tea and has just found a place here that does great. Okay. So
this is why I'm doing this, because she promised to get me the bubble tea if I did it.
Deepti says, oh, this is a great question. Did you have to change your social circle after you stopped drinking alcohol?
I don't think we did it like that.
Not really, because I still hang out with my friends who drink alcohol. Initially, they were like, oh, how are you doing this? Have it. Slowly it changed into, oh, good for you doing this. Then it changed into, I also want to stop, but...
Yeah, they'll come secretly and party on the side, You're so brave. I admire your strength. I also want to stop, but it's so difficult.
It's not that difficult.
It's not that.
But no, we've not. Now we have friends. If they're drinking, they're drinking. We don't. Ooh. Monica says, please tell me how to get rid of past mistake that I've done. Here's a truth bomb for you. You cannot get rid of it. It has happened, it's in the past. You have to accept it and move on. If you feel like, how do I get rid of it, you will forever be stuck there because you simply cannot. So accept it and move on.
Now we've got some amazing questions on challenges. Anita's forte. Can we have a meditation session every Sunday?
I think, yeah, let's start doing that. I'm not sure about every Sunday, but I'll announce it soon on the channel.
What inspires you to take up new challenges?
I just love pushing my boundaries. I like, seeing something that appears a little tough, a little difficult, and being able to prove to myself that I can do it, and then seeing how my life improves when I do that. I feel like it keeps life ever new and exciting. Now we come to my favorite part of this video, which is basically a bunch of questions that you have asked Nikhil. Okay. Uzbazur is saying, what is it like being the husband of the great yogini Anita?
Why are you assuming I'm not a yogi? Why? Who do you think influenced her to become the yoga influencer?
Big Butt Small Thoughts, nice name, says, I want to ask how Nikhil keeps up with you. How do you keep up with me? Do you keep up with me?
Keep up where?
Yeah. We're doing our own things. And then we come together, enjoy some together time, and then go back and do our own things. There's no keeping up with anybody. Nidhi Agarwal asks, what change does it make to have a spiritual partner?
Deep question, Nidhi. It makes a big difference because as a partner, it's about at what levels can you connect on. And spirituality, for people who are spiritual, tends to be a very deep level for them. So if you can connect with your partner on that level as well, it definitely adds a dimension to your relationship that you can then share together and grow together on.
E. Shravya Reddy, how are you both so cute too?
Well, that's because I was cute first, then it rubbed on Anita, and that's all.
Neelanjana Devnath, how do you guys seem always in love? Do you ever fight?
Yeah, we fight.
Of course.
We have our arguments and we have our disagreements. But we like the person that we are with. So if you like the person, then it's okay.
Yeah, the fight is never with Nikhil. It's never between Nikhil and Anita. The fight is between, what Anita feels about a certain situation and how Nikhil feels about that situation, or something that they did or something like that. But the people, Nikhil and Anita, are always together. And when you look at it like that and you navigate any fights or issues you have through that, it's like at the end of the day, yeah, this person loves me and I love this person and we are going to figure this shit out.
Yeah, and like she's
amazing.
Mine.
The best. Oh.
She's mine. And so I have to be with her, however she is. Even like she turns out really rotten tomorrow, she's still mine.
I'm not rotten. R. Japnov is saying, how do you help me with content creation?
I give her a lot of ideas, which none of them she listens to. So I help her become very clear about what she wants to do.
Okay. Shrishti has a lot of questions for you. She asks, What does Nikhil think about your crazy challenges?
They're crazy. But I love how she commits to them.
She asked, do you ever force Nikhil to do any challenge? Do I force you?
I don't think you can force me.
Yeah, he's his own person, man. If he doesn't want to do something...
What do you think? I'm some 6-year-old child. You can force me into doing something I don't want. Like...
Ashwini asks, Ghar ki murgi dal barabar. Do you also feel the same, Nikhil?
But what if I like dals?
Manoj asks, did Anita ever give up on any challenge in between? What's her next challenge?
Yeah, I think the running challenge. The first time you did the running challenge.
It's not in between. I did, I think, 28 days. Then the last 2 days, we had to travel somewhere.
And then it dropped.
So then I was like, it has to be perfect. How can I, one day I missed not because we were traveling. So then, yeah. What's my next challenge?
I don't know.
Intermittent fasting. He also asks, which challenge fascinated you the most? Rapid fire.
Surya Namaskar.
Which one frightened you the most?
Headstand.
Oh, you were afraid? So was my
You were falling
mom.
here and there.
It's okay. I always take care of myself, you know that. Which one irritated you the most?
Irritated me the most. Intermittent, when you did the intermittent fasting for some time.
Why did it irritate you?
Because we were just not eating, like I had to eat alone.
I can't believe you were afraid of the headstand. Chititali says, do you respect each other and enjoy each other's company?
Of course, why
Yes.
else will we with each other?
100%
right?
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Mrunal says, how did you guys convince your parents for an interstate marriage? Were they open-minded? I think kudos and hats off to both sets of parents. We had no issue anywhere whatsoever. They were completely 100% on board with what we wanted to do and made everything super easy for us. Harshit asks, when did you start your spiritual journey and why? And we have quite a few questions about spirituality. Honestly, it just kind of happened. So, my family was never into the spiritual aspects of life and I wasn't brought up like that. But then when we were dating, Nikhil had done this course by The Art of Living, headed by Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankar. And he was like, oh, this is a great course, you have to do it. So then I went and I did the course. I met my spiritual guide, Swami Nand Kishore Ji. Beautiful being that he is. And a lot of the aspects, like getting up during Brahma Muhurat, diet changes, how I started viewing yoga as not just something that you do on a mat a couple of hours a week, but as a way of living life. And all of these beautiful changes came in me after that. And when you look at who, we have some questions also about who my spiritual guide is. My guru is Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankar Ji. And it's been an amazing journey. Like if someone told me that all this would happen even 5 years ago, I would tell them that you are completely out of your mind. You have no freaking idea what you're talking about. But that is life. And everything is so beautiful, so super delicious, wonderful, wow, yummy right now. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Again, a lot of questions about how Sudarshan Kriya helped me. I keep trying to answer this question again and again. I don't know why I even try. There is nothing I can say that will ever truly capture what that practice has done for me and my life and my being. It has been transformative on so many levels. I don't even know all those levels. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I know it has helped me in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. It has helped me on just like everything, just beyond, it's beyondness.
Chakshu Priya is asking, how many minutes do you work out on a regular basis and what kind?
So I make sure to work out, I think at least 5-6 times a week. A lot of it is also yoga. So if I'm doing like a yoga practice at home, usually it's like for an hour and a half, if I'm going to the gym, usually it's again an hour and a half to 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half at gym, different types of strength training. There is cardio also, there's HIIT as well. So it's a mix of different things and I enjoy all of it.
So there are a lot of questions regarding weight loss, aise kare, waise kare. Just tell people how to do weight loss.
Okay. See, weight loss is all about calorie intake versus calorie output, right? If you're eating more calories than you're burning through the day, then you're going to put on weight. And the other way works around as well. Like if you're eating lesser than how much you're burning, that's how you lose weight. One easy way of doing this instead of calorie counting, how much I'm burning, blah, 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 eating and all that. And I follow this regularly is exercise a little more than you can and eat a little less than you want to. So when you finish eating, you shouldn't be full. You should feel like, I can eat 1-2 more spoons of food. That's stop. And when you're exercising, be like, Arey, I can't do any bit more, it's okay, I'll do 3-4 more asanas. Or I'll run another 100 meters. Or I'll dance for 2 more minutes. That should take care of all of it.
Manasa wants to ask, can you walk us through a typical day in your life?
Typical day. So these days, I've started getting up a little later than I usually do. I get up at 5:30 these days in the morning. And...
So horrible.
Stop covering your mic, first of all. Drama baad mein karu. Mic should always be open. At 6 o'clock, we do group sadhana, which is basically all of our spiritual practices. What do I do there is we do half an hour of yoga, and then we do Sudarshan Kriya, and then I do something called Sahaj meditation, followed by another beautiful practice called Sayam. And this whole thing takes me about 2 hours, so I'm done by 8 o'clock. After that, these days I do my yoga teacher's training, so I spend about 2 to 2.5 hours in the morning for that. Otherwise, I used to go to the gym before this, but now I've put gym on hold for a little while I finish my yoga teacher's training program. After that, I have breakfast, which is like, some nuts and fruits. Then I do some chores around the house, like, sorting out some things, watering the plants, washing clothes, figuring out what our menu is for the day, a few things like that. And then after that, I have my brunch, and then I sit down to work. I know I start like so-called work a little late, but then by this time I've already taken care of a lot of the things that I want to do, right? I've done a lot of the things that are important to me by this time. Then I work till about, I think 4 o'clock. I sit down and meditate again, do a little bit more yoga. Then I keep working again till about 6, 7 o'clock. That depends. Sometimes you're working till 10, sometimes you're working only till 5 when you're decided it's done. Then in the evening, maybe spend a little bit of time with friends and with Nikhil. Don't really watch a lot of Netflix, but maybe a little bit sometimes. Have dinner by 7 o'clock. Usually between 5 and 7 o'clock my dinner is done. And then sleep.
Abs is asking skincare routine and your game-changing skincare product / procedure. Much love.
I think people will slap me if I say meditation one more time, but that's true. If I can find a photo...
On your behalf.
What I'm telling you, I'll find a photo. I took a photo a couple of years ago before I started all of this. My face looked completely different. The quality of my skin was different. The quality of my hair was different. I still have bags under my eyes a little bit, but that was like really bad, A lot of people asking, when are you planning to have a baby? What's your baby plan? Do you have kids? We do not have kids. What's our plan, Nikhil?
I don't know. They want to know from you.
So basically, right now, we don't want to have kids. It's not even right, I think we don't want to have kids. And it's a very personal choice that we have made. And some questions are also there about how do you handle societal pressure and all of that. I think the problem comes when you feel like, why are these people saying things that I don't want to hear? Or why are they trying to tell me to do something I don't want to do? It's fine. Like, if the society, people around you, relatives and all feel like saying it, just realize that you might not be liking it in that moment, but they really are saying it to you out of the best interests in their heart for you. Because they are just telling you what they think is the right thing to do, and they want you to have a good life, so they're saying you do this. And that's fine. Not everybody has to exactly understand what you're thinking. Not everybody has to exactly think what you're thinking. Siddharth Mangal, how do you manage to handle so many fans well?
Because she's fantastic. And now for the last and final question of this Q&A. Time kya ho raha hai abhi? It is time to say bye.
Bye. So I hope you guys got to know us a little bit better through this Q&A video. Thank you so much for 250k subscribers. I think now it's about 275 or something. Thankful to each and every one of you. We'll keep turning up with more videos, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye, Nikhil.